G'day friends and fans, welcome to Dave Talk Stuff. The Great Marriage Resignation. The marriage market isn't changing, it's collapsing. After decades of radicalization, hypergamy has hit the ceiling. High value men are exiting the dating pool entirely. There is a massive market correction where the price of commitment is unacceptable. For again, I would like to introduce you to the Empire Valves. Empire Valves, one word, empirevalves.myshopify.com. Your one-stop shop for artifacts, enchanting treasures based on my writing. These artifacts will touch your heart and ignite your imagination. What has your coffee cup done for you lately? I think everyone knows, but no one wants to talk about the biggest problem in the room. Now, you can't blame women for wanting a better life. Everyone does. But can we admit that hypergamy is still an issue, a problem? And I'll explain. Dating apps have turned courtship into a multi-billion-dollar industry. A facade of dating. A facade of finding someone you want to be with. Rather than facilitating a more efficient way of meeting people, it's encouraged high turnover. It focuses on the superficial. It turns everything into a 20-question breakdown. Turns women into mass consumers of men. The social impact on marriage is obvious. There's less of it. Women are not perceived as loyal or interesting or even to be fascinated with romantically, rather than they want to be treated like a queen, but act like a prostitute, where the transaction is you fork over for an expensive date. I believe the average man spends over $258 per date. Now, they say the average is $258, but when you add things up, yeah. Women complain that they spend a lot of money getting to look good. But, yeah, again, it's just superficial, isn't it? It's not good behavior. It's not bringing your best behavior. It's putting on a facade. It has created new mental health challenges. Women who cannot find or keep a man are becoming ill-tempered, depressed, and sometimes delusional about their market worth, their aspirations. Of course, the constant evaluation and rejection of men has taken its toll on men's mental health as well, where many men feel the price is too high. And again, if women do not want to be treated like prostitutes, they have to stop acting like prostitutes. Now, the social economic impact is dating apps have lowered the cost of dating, allowed people to find partners beyond their social status or social circle or region. And it also allows people of, say, ethnic groups or religious groups to find each other in diverse communities. That there's positive and negative aspects to every dating app. But overall, the negative impact is it's turned dating into a substantial market and billions in revenues through subscriptions, visibility boosts, email, prioritized chatting, events, courses, and of course matchmaking events are starting up the first hit. Recently, a major matchmaking event had 150 women, one man, the host, and he left. Women showing up, often either underdressed or inappropriately dressed, is one of the most common things that men immediately find distasteful. That they have been judged by someone dressed for Kmart or Walmart or whichever box store happens to be around, I guess. But these platforms have weren't the only ones who turned dating into an economy. Flowers, jewelry shops, chocolate makers, they've been doing it for a long time. But courtship and chocolates and flowers is nothing compared to the restaurant industry and the millions they're now losing. Millions of jobs are lost now because the dating reached a bubble and that bubble burst. Society can't keep forking over money year in, year out to date when you want better things in life. You don't want to go out all the time. You want to do other things. You want to see movies, but you don't want to turn every movie into an event where you don't want to spend half your week's salary on going out. There are other things in life than dating. But for some people, it's their job. It's how they get fed. Now, shifting norms. Men are moving away from traditional long-term courtship. If they can't get a commitment by the third date, they're out. They are pressuring women, yes. But it's pressuring women in a way in that men realise that they are not worth long-term commitment. That the woman you get when you date is not the woman you marry. It's not the woman you get after she has children, and it's not the woman you get when women change, and they change often, and they don't just change their clothes and moods and personality, but they change their aspirations. So when they get something they want, that is no longer valuable, thrown in the bin, and if you can't meet what they want now, you're too thrown in the bin. So men are checking out, minimizing. And in long term, more men are going mgtow after sometimes not dating at all from the beginning, but the average, I think, is after 3 women, they're done. Right? 3 strikes, we're out. We're leaving. You want to be stunning and brave, you want to be argumentative, you want to be financially independent, but at the same time you want him to date you and pay for the meals. That's a total contradiction. But social structures, society has often focused on, and women have, studies show that the majority of dating app users focus on partners with high incomes, but they're leaving. they're not looking for dating. They're looking for a now relationship, and that relationship is not dating. That is, I have a limited amount of personal time in which I want someone to fill that void in my life. I don't want them to spill over into my creative life, my business life, my work life, my obligatory family life, because a lot of high value people maintain their family connections with their parents and their siblings long after they've moved out. And a lot of people of low social economic or independent thought and movement, well, they're only wanting their social life and their social circles and don't realize and often despise the fact that there's a hierarchy and which you are not his equal. You are there to fill his void, to be in a relationship with him, not to be his, secretary or the one who fills in that chip on his shoulder or motivates him. His personal trainer or his... Now, social stratification, suck it up, princess. This is the thing. Women complain about fairness and equality, but they don't act like it. Now, dating apps and social media has created a market of perceived value. Women perceive their value higher than higher every year, and men have said, nope, you're not worth the price. The structural ceiling has collapsed. The top percentage of men are no longer interested in women. It's not that they're gay, it's just that they're finding it easier to stay within their social circle, and not marry for love, but marry for convenience. They are not looking for long-term satisfaction in the relationships. And look at Bill Gates, right? He was getting his sexual gratification from someone else, and his wife didn't care. She only got upset when the public found out that she was nothing more than a gold digger, allegedly, in the eyes of some, many, I don't know. But there were the allegations that she stalked him and forced him to marry her. But the market itself cannot satisfy the increasing demand for high-value men. Women have taken the college positions, want their independence, then they hit 40 and want a man of equal college education. Most of the young men were denied college educations. Now, the irony is a lot of these people with college educations are not high value. They only perceive themselves as high value. The majority of women still get their houses the old-fashioned way. Marry a rich man and divorce him. Now, the number of imbalances in the dating market has led to many catastrophic, what should call them catastrophic market corrections. Many catastrophic events. Bankruptcy's been the predominant one. The loss of employment for many. The loss of time for the vast majority who invested in people who just decided that one day everything, the last 20, 40 years didn't mean anything, and now they've got nothing to look forward to. So, more and more men just won't invest in a woman or invest in a woman for the long term. Now, you may feel that what shall we say? The ends justify the means. What ends? What? No. The means you employ to change society or improve society, they define the mean. They define the outcome. And research is saying more and more there is negative outcomes. Women are less satisfied. There is a lack of intimacy. There's a lack of commitment in relationships. And mental illness is on the rise. People are looking for better options than dating apps. People are looking for better options than the modern family. Many people look at the traditional family and say, that worked. That's what I want. But they can't find it. And the number of people looking for their partners online are decreasing. The percentage peaked around 38% and has fallen to a global average of 21%. More and more people are returning to finding their partner within their community, within their social circle, within their religious, economic community, whether it's who they went to school with or who they went to church with or their interfamilial relationships, who their parents, friends, children are. See, with dating apps, users are, the idea of a dating app is users were not confined by their social, sexual traits. Didn't work. Women created filters, whether they exist or not. They will, if they can't find it, they'll look at the superficial and they'll judge you. The hairstyle, the clothes you wear. They'll try to find any way to judge you on anything other than your personality, because they're not interested in you as a person. They are only interested in you as a wallet, as a thing to extract sperm and money from. And increasingly, they see the children as their property and increasingly want to detach the father from as soon as possible. So you can wonder why men are leaving, when men are leaving the market, and why flower shops, jewelry, bakeries, wedding dresses, it's wedding venues, and there are a number of women who still want to get married and are willing to cut. They're not willing to, and more people are finding those who don't go through the shortcuts in life, those who take the longer journey, those who can learn without experiencing, they learn from the mistakes of others without experiencing the mistakes of others. They're the ones succeeding. Not the college educated, not the cunning, not the people who take shortcuts in life, but long term, men who walk away are the ones who are winning by not playing the game, by not feeding into the divorce industry that feeds off the marriage industry. Empire Valves, that's one word, empirevalves.myshopify.com. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and please support the channel. You can support me on my Shopify, Ko-Fi, Patreon, and buy my books. All my links are in the link tree, description below, in my profile. Scan the QR code on the screen. I appreciate each and every one of you. See you in the next video, and bye for now.